Thursday night, but the Cleveland Cavaliers just beat the Denver Nuggets. And while I wait for my car to warm up so I can drive home, figured I'd hop on. Let's talk a little bit about what happened in the game, a little bit about what we heard after the game. And if you missed it, the Cavs beat it was never really that close, but they beat the Denver Nuggets. Four different Cavalier players scored 20 or more points: Mobley, LeVert, Garland, and Mitchell. Jokic had a 20-20-10 triple-double. I didn't think he played that well. He still put up 27 points, 20 boards, and 11 assists. He's a one-of-one kind of player. But the big takeaway from today, two big takeaways. One, Caris LeVert is just the X factor, the wild card for the Cavs all season. He'll be like that throughout the postseason. And as the roster is currently constructed, outside of Donovan and Darius, he really is their one guy who can just create chaos in a good way on an offensive standpoint, or from an offensive standpoint, that just puts the defense in weird, difficult decision-making processes throughout the game. Tonight, his three-point shot was on. He was getting to the paint at will. Denver really had no option and no way to stop him, and he ends up being arguably their most important offensive player in the game. His skill set is irreplicable. They don't have, as good as Ty Jerome has been, he's not Caris LeVert in that individual aspect of creating offense. As good as Sam Merrill and Okoro and the rest of the guys on the bench are, they can't do what Caris does. Caris scored 50 points in an NBA game. Those guys aren't coming close to that number on their best nights. Caris is an offensive weapon. And I've talked about, we said it on the show yesterday, if you're going to make a trade, he's probably the most tradable asset. And if you're going to make a trade at some point, he's probably part of the deal just because you need to use his contract to match whatever the incoming salary is. But I have a hard time trading Caris just for the sake of trading Caris because of how valuable he is to this team as a guy off the bench who, when he's playing at his highest level or playing anywhere near it like he did tonight, he's just a matchup nightmare. He's a problem, and he's an issue. And it's really, really difficult when you have to deal with Darius and Donovan on the perimeter, and you guys have Evan and Jarrett down low. And all of a sudden now the fifth guy in the court, or the fourth guy in the court, is Caris LeVert, who's a 50-point scorer in this league. Just a matchup nightmare and a plethora, a bevy of offensive options for Kenny Atkinson to use off his bench. He was really good tonight. You know who else was really good? Evan Mobley, who scored 22 points, tied a career high with 3 made threes in the game. He was 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. And two things I want to point out. I asked Kenny Atkinson after the game, Kenny, he took 5, passed up 1 or 2, but at ties a career high. What'd you like from Evan in terms of his confidence in just letting it fly? I also asked Donovan that question. We got 2 different answers. Kenny said of all Evan's attempts, and he was 3 of 5, his favorite attempt was the side step back 3 as the shot clock was winding down that Evan missed. And that may be weird. He made 3. Why is your favorite one the one he missed? Well, Kenny said it's because he had the confidence to take that shot. And when they play teams in the postseason, when defenses tighten up, and when they're playing teams that are going to leave guys more wide open who they don't think can hurt them from the perimeter, you have to have the confidence and the gravity to make that shot and make teams pay for leaving you alone. And by Evan showing the ability and the willingness to take a sidestep 3, something I can't remember him ever doing in an NBA game. I can't remember the last time Evan Mobley's ever taken a 3-pointer off the dribble, rather less off a dribble move. He did it tonight. He missed it, but he was hyped about it. And we talked to a couple guys in the locker room afterwards, like, hey, when Evan takes a shot like that, I know it didn't go in, but when he just takes a shot like that, what does it do for you guys? Do you guys get excited? Do you like him taking those shots? And the resounding answer was, yeah, we love it. I don't want to use the explicit that they use, but we absolutely love it. The other answer from Donovan, so I said, Donovan, Kenny said his favorite, one of Evan's 3-pointers was the sidestep one. He missed it, but that was his favorite. Do you agree? Like, do you like that? And he goes, I like the fact he had the confidence to shoot it, but his favorite of Evan's attempts was the one from the left corner where he got the ball swung to him and immediately his feet were already planted. No hop step 1-2 shot. Feet were planted right up into it. It was the quickest release I've ever seen Evan Mobley have on a 3-point jumper. Ever. In his 4 seasons, I've never seen Evan Mobley catch and shoot quicker than he did in the corner on that particular play, which, by the way, he made the shot, so added bonus. It wasn't just a quick release. It was a smooth follow-through. He made the shot. Those little things, I'm telling you, they add up. It has to become more consistent. Just because he made 3 threes tonight doesn't mean he's a 3-point shooter. Just because he had a quick shot tonight doesn't mean all of a sudden his release is quick and he's not going to do that little 1-2 hop. Just because he took a step back, sidestep 3, He's going to do that consistently. But it's building habits. Me and Jason talked about this on the Ultimate Cavs show last night. You build championship habits during the regular season, and little things like this tonight from Evan may sound minute in the overall grand scheme of the game, are giant implications for what could be something dangerous down the line. And that's why I'm really excited about what we saw from Evan Mobley tonight. Jokic was incredible. If you ever get a chance to see him play, go out and watch it. It's worth the price of admission. I thought he played like butt cheeks today. Like he was bad, and he still had a triple-double. It was incredible. The dude's a monster. I love watching him play. But give Jarrett Allen credit, who I thought did a pretty good job defensively on him. Jokic scored 27 points. He took 26 shots. If you're going to have a point per shot ratio, it's pretty darn good defense. And although if you just see the points, rebounds, assists numbers, yeah, they look absurd. I thought the Cavs actually did a pretty good job taking him out of his game, forcing him to miss some shots he typically makes. But all in all, the Cavs, with another big win, they're not a perfect team. They're a really good team. They're not perfect. They are really good. Could they get better? Absolutely. That's basketball. So can every team in the NBA. But the Cavs right now are playing basketball at a level that can compete with anyone across the league. One last thing. As Earl's walking out of the arena, I don't know if you can see Earl, but he's putting his stuff in the trunk over there. One last thing before we leave. Bull did come to the game today. It's Bull's first Cavs game since pre-COVID. And we were down on the court pregame, and we were talking to Kobe Altman. And Bull, it was his first interaction with Kobe Altman, the first time he met Kobe Altman in person. And I'm not going to spoil the conversation because I know Bull's going to talk about it tomorrow on the show. But let's just say it lived up to the hype. Those two meeting face to face was pretty funny. I'm gonna just leave it at that. He will absolutely tell you guys tomorrow what happened and how that conversation went down. But Bull and Kobe Altman face to face. Kobe was not ready to see Bull in person. And the results are pretty funny. I think you guys will enjoy that story tomorrow. But another win for the Cavs. What are they, 20-3 now through the quarterway point of the season? They beat the Nuggets. They've beaten the Celtics. They've beaten the Lakers. They've beaten the Warriors. They've beaten the Magic. They've beaten some really good teams on the schedule. And to beat a team like Denver in the fashion they did tonight is no easy task. We'll see y'all tomorrow on UCSS. That's going to wrap it up here. Appreciate y'all tuning in. And we will see you tomorrow. Peace.